inside the palace, has it?
The drone is in my car.
Okay. He's flown the pad from here, he's flown it along the drive and above. I don't know whether he's landed it inside.
No, I didn't land it. I just flew over the palace to do a bit of
And are you still
nosying.
filming? You're a YouTuber?
GoPro, yes.
You're a YouTuber.
Are you a viewer?
What's your YouTube name?
You're a copper, so
I am, yeah.
I could just going to give you information
Is
without
this
a
still
reason.
recording, is it?
Not the video, no.
No?
It will. Does it need to be, or?
No, it doesn't. So, well, what
Basically,
did it do with you then?
I've flown over there. I've had a lot of hassle off the not these guys, but the other team.
You've been told not to fly it here?
I've been told not allowed.
Yeah.
And I told them I'm allowed.
No, you're not.
So I did it.
No, you're not.
Over this because of the helicopters.
From the moment the officers arrive at Hampton Court Palace, the attitude is clear. One of them mocks the auditor instead of speaking professionally, setting a tone of arrogance and dismissal. Rather than ask questions or understand what's happening, he jumps straight to false claims, insisting the drone can't be flown over the palace. His partner tries to back him up, mentioning helicopters, but that reasoning doesn't hold water. Hampton Court Palace isn't in restricted or no-fly airspace unless a temporary restriction is active, and there was no sign of one during this encounter. From the start, this was less about law enforcement and more about ego taking control.
It's not a no-fly zone here.
Yeah, yes it is. Yes.
Can you show me?
You got to look it up. It is
I
on
have.
there. Go ahead and look it up.
I did all my due diligence before I got here.
Palaces, royals, and if the staff says no,
It's not about the
there.
staff saying no. It's about the law, my friend. Come on.
It is. It is. If they're saying
So there's the
on the
no-fly
law-
zones like airport. But we're
Yeah,
there. It's nothing.
but it's if you looked it up, Hampton Court Palace, no fly zone. All right. So this is what we're gonna do.
I've checked.
Okay. Okay. Well, you can say that if you've checked or not.
There's no no-fly
that's
zone here,
fine,
my
but
friend.
we're saying that it's not, and we've looked it up as well.
The exchange perfectly captures the problem: authority without understanding. When the auditor calmly explains that Hampton Court Palace isn't a no-fly zone, the officer instantly insists it is, but can't show a single source. Instead of producing evidence, he shifts the burden back, saying, "You've got to look it up." The auditor replies that he already has, doing his due diligence, but the officer still doubles down, relying on vague claims about palaces and royals rather than actual law. The conversation turns into a guessing game rather than a legal discussion. Even when pressed, the officer admits he has no confirmation, only, "We've looked it up as well." Yet he can't point to any rule, restriction, or notum that supports his position. This moment exposes exactly how misinformation and authority can collide, where confidence replaces competence, and the law gets lost somewhere in between.
So I don't look. It's a busy Friday night. All right, busy Friday night. We need to be out there. We're already stripped to a few units. Okay.
Right.
Right. If we can just get your name, we'll treat this as words of advice. Just please don't do it again. The staff are here and all the other staff.
You should be
They're
educating
not-
them,
they're
saying
not-
he's allowed to fly over.
No.
We'll
It's
speak
not
to them
allowed.
after.
We'll speak to
We just
them.
have to deal with you first.
But we are just dealing with you. I don't want this to
But
go
you've
long.
told me it's a no-fly zone.
I don't want this to go on any longer. If we could just have your name.
But this is going to keep happening. If people come here to fly drones and these guys,
And
not you, but if the team come out and say, can't do it.
We've already had the info done from our.
Can you tell me what legislation so I can check? Because I want to learn here.
No, it's. We've told you that is your learning. You're not allowed.
That's not good enough, my friend.
Yes, it is. Because we're a police officer.
You're an officer.
We're telling you. Yeah.
That's not good enough.
All right.
Exactly. This moment goes beyond a simple misunderstanding. The issue isn't the airspace, it's the attitude. The auditor calmly provides verifiable facts, but the officer's response reveals how ego can override professionalism. Instead of engaging with the evidence, he doubles down, relying on tone and authority rather than law. "We've checked" becomes a shield against accountability. But the reality is, the Civil Aviation Authority governs airspace, not assumptions, and certainly not pride. When officers refuse to correct themselves, even when public information proves them wrong, it doesn't just undermine one encounter. It erodes trust in the entire system. The public expects police to enforce the law, not to redefine it when challenged.
I need to know the legislation.
Yeah.
I need to know the legislation that I've broken here so I don't do it again.
See, it's completely up to you if you want to give us your details or not. Okay.
It's not about details, mate.
You don't
Your colleague here.
Yeah.
Yeah. the reason I hang around for police to arrive, and I didn't hang around, I was getting some food and I saw you and I thought I'd pop over, is so that I can see or know that the people who have restricted my legal activity today, the drone flying, get educated and say, look, he's allowed to fly. He may not like it, but he can do it, right?
Hampton Court Palace have said that is supposedly a no-fly zone. So obviously we've come with like the information that we've been told. I've read through, and it says no-fly zones, obviously 5 kilometres from airports. This isn't an airport, but the grey area that we're trying to deal with is where they're saying it's a helicopter thing as well. So that's where we're a bit...
Usually helicopter pads are not a no-fly zone, but they're on here to tell us to obviously watch out for aerial traffic.
Yeah, of course,
I haven't seen anything on... I'll show you what I look at. I haven't seen anything on the app at all.
Okay.
It does turn yellow in a minute. There we go.
Yeah.
All that side there is, you'll see, Bushy Park.
Yeah.
Exactly. The auditor's question is not defiance. It's accountability in action. By calmly asking for the legal basis of the officer's claim, he's exercising a fundamental civic right to understand the law being enforced. Yet the officer's refusal to cite any legislation and his reliance on "because I said so" exposes a serious problem: authority without understanding. In the UK, policing is supposed to operate on consent and transparency, not blind obedience. When an officer can't or won't explain the legal foundation of their actions, that's not enforcement, it's assumption. Saying "that's your learning" instead of referencing law is a subtle but telling power move, one that replaces knowledge with hierarchy. True authority doesn't fear questions. It welcomes them because it stands on facts, not ego.
Area of scientific interest, SSI.
Right, okay.
But I'm not in that. We're at the Palace, which is actually right bang in the middle.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, 100%.
There's nothing on there to say I can't fly, which is why I did it.
I think what they are just worried about is if there is suddenly a helicopter that needs to come, which, I mean, I know it seems like a bit far-fetched.
Right.
Okay, but just in case.
They didn't mention that when we had a talk.
Of course, no, I understand.
They just mentioned everything else.
Yeah.
A wedding going on, other concerns.
So yeah, there is something about the privacy side of things as well, because if there's a wedding as well, maybe they don't want it.
I said to them, I'm going to stay very high to the people with the tiny dots. I've got no issue with what you've said to me, but your colleague saying it's a no-fly zone, it's not good.
Yeah,
because now they're going to be under the impression that they can restrict people flying.
Yeah, that's it. I'll speak to them after, obviously. I'll speak to them. I'll say what you've said to them.
Oh, she's back out. Hello.
Have you got it in? Sorry, do you mind just going over there, please?
I can do, yeah. I'm going to go, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, well, that's why we're trying to speak to them, and we'll speak to you. If you can just stand by my colleague, please.
All right. Sorry to interrupt. I haven't got all night, mate. Can we do it quickly?
Or? I'm trying to get it done as quickly as possible. If you keep interrupting us, then obviously it's going to take a little bit longer. Give me 2 minutes, and then I'll be...
Can I just go?
We'll just have to explain 1 or 2 things, and then you can go, all right? Because it's busy for us as well.
Yeah.
It shouldn't.
I've been here a while. I spoke to you for an hour, didn't I?
It shouldn't be an emergency response, but if
what, you came on emergency?
Well, no, we're an emergency response team, all right?
Okay.
So basically what they've said is, you know that you see those blocks right there to the left, just in front of the palace, that whole block there where the bushes
This building?
Yeah, not the first bit here, but the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all like residential.
Okay.
Whereabouts were you flying it from?
I've flown everything, mate, but I'll be honest with you, this long building here, it's probably the one part I haven't really flown in there.
Okay, that's fine. It's just because you have to be 110 metres away from residential buildings as well.
No.
Yeah.
The auditor is absolutely correct. In the UK, drone pilots are legally obligated to verify airspace status using CA-approved tools like Drone Assist or other compliant mapping platforms. These systems distinguish between advisory zones, areas where low-flying helicopters or manned aircraft may operate, and legally restricted zones where flight is prohibited. Advisory zones are informational only, designed to promote situational awareness and caution, not to impose a ban, unless a permanent restriction, such as an airport FRZ, military base, or protected government site, or a temporary restriction like a NOTAM is in effect. Flying a drone within visual line of sight is perfectly lawful. The mere presence of helicopters in an area doesn't make it off limits. By checking the latest CAA data and confirming no restrictions were active, the auditor demonstrated due diligence and acted entirely within his legal rights to fly.
120 metres from residential areas.
Why does it say that? I'm not trying to catch you out. I know my legislation on it because I fly it, and I've never heard of that.
Drone and model aircraft code, points 3 to 9.
Yeah.
Fly below. And then there was fly below 120, which you said you were doing perfectly fine, no problem. And then there's a residential, commercial, 150 meters. Sorry.
Okay.
Keep at least 150 meters away from.
My drone is small, so my drone is that.
Okay.
So go by that.
Okay. What drone do you have?
It's 249 gram. It's under 250.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. No problem. That's fine.
Is that been made clear?
His drone is under 250 grams, which that doesn't apply to. So
You saw the drone, right? It was a baby.
It's the weight, and the weight only. So if
We haven't got
it's below,
we haven't got
hang on.
beef with you. As you know,
If the
we
weight is
spoke to you for an
150,
hour before all of
if the weight
this.
is 150,
We're just
then
asking as a human
it's
being,
above.
that was all,
Then
but-
all the license, blah blah blah, and all that. If it's less than, however, that supersedes if it has a camera. All right.
The officers claim that drones can't be flown within 120 meters of residential areas is completely wrong, and even the distance he cites isn't based on current law. The old rule, which mentioned 150 meters, applied only to larger, higher-risk drones operating under the A2 or A3 subcategories before the UK updated its drone regulations. The Auditor, however, is flying a DJI Mini, which weighs under 250 grams and is classified under the A1 subcategory of the open category. This classification specifically allows flight close to people and near residential, commercial, or recreational areas, provided it's done safely and responsibly. The 120-meter restriction the officer mentions simply doesn't exist in law, and citing it shows a clear misunderstanding of the current CAA regulations that govern small drone operations in the UK.
Wait,
It doesn't.
I'm not. I don't. I've got.
Come on, man. I do this every day.
I've got better stuff.
You shouldn't have been called. I know they called you for a good reason.
To do. Just please.
With a good intention.
Don't do it.
But it's not a police matter, my friend.
Just go. It's not. I know it isn't. If
You're telling me not to do it. I'm allowed to do it. I am going to continue doing it. Don't tell me not to do it, man.
Okay. Well, we'll be here then again.
You're wasting your time.
I am wasting my time. All right. Thank you very much for
Why are
your
you being
time, sir.
stubborn? This officer's
Goodbye.
been great. What a rude. What's his number? 4198. There's no need for that, mate.
No, but you're making
No need.
it worse
Well,
now,
you're making
aren't
it
you?
worse, and
No,
Why?
but you should be telling them. You should be telling them that we can't stop him.
Educating
All right.
me, I know. what's
He should
going
know the law. This officer knows the law.
It's nothing to do with the
He knows the law.
Both of you. No, I'm the one teaching him. All right.
You're teaching him.
I am
Sorry.
separating
Yeah, yeah.
both parties because
No, I'm going to go. I'm
this
going to
is
go.
not.
So you're
a police
teaching
matter.
him.
When the original officer comes back, his dismissive attitude is right there again, and he starts spreading more wrong info. This time he tries to quote drone laws, but gets the weight limit totally wrong, saying it's 150 grams, and that's not a tiny slip-up. It's a basic mistake that wrecks his credibility on everything else he's claiming, because UK drone rules are built heavily around weight, and the correct cutoff for many key rules is 250G, not 150. So getting that number wrong shows he doesn't understand the basics of the law he's trying to enforce.
Don't really have time.
Are you
for
saying
this,
you're
all right?
teaching him?
I'm separating both
That's awful,
parties.
mate.
I've spoken to you. I've spoken to them. I've already.
Do you know what I'm
said-
gonna do now you've dealt with it, Lewis?
I've already said your part to them.
Do you know what I'm going to do?
And
I'm going to make
I've already
sure that
said-
loads of people come here and fly drones because you need to educate them and say we're allowed to do it.
Well, if that amounts to harassment, then so be it.
No, not me, other
No,
people.
thank you, yeah, it's a harassment court of conduct of 2 by anybody.
You're talking rubbish, mate.
Okay, well, if you believe.
Sorry, man. You've been more than you've been perfect. This officer has a problem, and if he's teaching you, I feel bad for you, mate. You've learned a lot from somebody else, clearly.
What I
You
was
know, yes.
asking you was,
Yeah.
as a human being,
yes.
we have children on site.
Yeah, I've got no issue with you.
Security
Yeah.
breach.
He doesn't care
That's
about
the
that.
only.
Of course, I care about that. What did I say about that? I said I'm going to stay high, didn't I?
Yeah, I think they're just concerned about the safeguarding.
It's fine.
And the risk,
I've got
yeah.
no issue with them.
This moment says it all about the officer's ego. When the auditor calmly points out that one officer actually understands the law and the other doesn't, the defensive one cuts in, saying, "I'm the one teaching him." That single line exposes everything wrong with his approach. Instead of reflecting on his repeated mistakes, misquoting drone weight limits, inventing flight restrictions, refusing to cite any actual legislation, and mocking the auditor, he doubles down. It's not about law or safety anymore. It's about saving face. The irony is painful. The officer who knows the least insists he's the one teaching. It's a textbook case of arrogance over accountability.
They've been civil, they've been polite, they've been professional. They had concerns which were, in my opinion, a little bit, their concerns were a little bit unreasonable, what they were telling me, but they're not doing it on purpose. They're just trying to do their job right. They call you guys for advice, you've turned up. I can't blame you for turning up because you don't know the situation until you get here. But to tell me I can't do it and don't do it again is wrong, because I can come here tomorrow, or my friend could, and fly a drone here, and they should really go, oh, just ignore him, you know, you can do it legally, right?
When a worker raises a genuine concern about children on site, the auditor handles it exactly as a responsible pilot should, calmly and reasonably. He explains that he plans to fly at a higher altitude to ensure everyone's safety and minimize disruption. That's what good drone operation looks like. Not just following the law, but actively applying caution and common sense. But instead of acknowledging that professionalism, the disrespectful officer jumps in with another jab, accusing the auditor of not caring. It's a cheap, baseless comment that ignores everything the auditor just said. The truth is, the auditor was operating exactly as the CAA expects, avoiding direct overflight of uninvolved people, keeping distance, and prioritizing safety. The officer's remark wasn't about safety. It was about ego.
Hey guy, sorry it's happened like this, alright? You've been more than polite, no issue at all.
It shouldn't have gone this far.
No, it shouldn't. I'd gone, I was having some food. I seen these guys come and thought I'd better pop over, but...
Alright, thank you for coming back over.
I've got no issue, it's just, I feel like you dealt with it badly, but that's your
I'm
choice.
not dealing with it badly. Look.
Look,
They've witnessed how I've dealt with it.
What's done is done.
It's
There's
how-
nothing
But it's
else
not a
we can
no-fly
do.
zone. Anyone can fly their drone here.
I've made that clear to both sides.
Oh,
all right.
You told me I can't do it.
However, like, you
We're
know what?
asking
There's no.
you to do it.
My colleague has explained it, and I've told him.
He's been banged on, yeah.
And I'm dealing with both parties,
He's
and I've
also
got my
dealing
colleague
with
dealing with
us,
you.
Busy day, I suppose, as well. Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go. Thanks, man.
No problem.
If staff are wrongly told that flying a drone over the site is illegal, that false information spreads fast. The next lawful pilot who shows up will face the same unnecessary confrontation, not because of law, but because of misinformation passed down as fact. This is how bad policing habits and public misunderstandings take root, through repetition, not reason. Each time an officer makes a false claim without correction, it becomes part of the narrative. Staff enforce it, the public believes it, and lawful activity starts being treated like criminal behavior. In the end, it doesn't just waste police time and public resources. It erodes trust in both law enforcement and the laws they're meant to uphold. As the encounter comes to an end, the auditor makes a calm and composed exit, clearly stating that his issue isn't with the workers, but with how the situation was handled. Turning to the officer who had escalated the encounter from the start, he points out that the officer's conduct was unprofessional and poorly managed. Yet, true to form, the officer refuses to accept any accountability, even after being proven wrong multiple times. From beginning to end, his behavior perfectly illustrates how policing goes wrong when pride replaces professionalism. Rather than engage respectfully or clarify the law, he mocked the auditor, dismissed valid questions, and doubled down on misinformation, even when shown undeniable evidence. His stubbornness didn't just confuse the staff. It set the stage for future misunderstandings and wasted police time. In stark contrast, the other officer, though initially unsure, handled himself with respect, listened, and showed a genuine willingness to learn. His professionalism highlighted exactly how modern policing should function, with humility, openness, and accuracy. What makes this encounter so telling isn't just the misinformation or arrogance, but the attitude that erodes public trust. The disrespectful officer turned a lawful drone flight into an unnecessary confrontation, not out of concern for safety, but because of ego and an unwillingness to admit fault. In the end, the auditor didn't just expose false claims about drone laws. He revealed something much deeper: how vital it is for law enforcement to stay informed, accountable, and humble. When pride overtakes professionalism, it doesn't just damage one encounter, it weakens the very foundation of public trust.